So I just finished building this PWM controller board, which uses an NE555 timer, and it's using a NRF 40N10 N-channel MOSFET to drive a load. And the reason why I want to make my own board instead of getting one of those off of eBay or AliExpress or whatnot is because I had a few ideas in mind. So first of all, I have a step-down converter right over here, which provides the voltage for my 555 timer IC. This is just to separate the power rails for the load. I'm using a 12-volt PC fan over here, and the rail to power the 555 timer. The reason for that is this MOSFET can handle up to 100 volts, 40 amps of peak current. And it'll be nice to utilize that without worrying about the maximum input voltage for this 555 timer. So that's that. And it operates off of the same principles that a 555 timer does: RC time constant, resistor capacitor, so on and so forth. So let's give this a shot. Let's fire it up. And we get our fan going. So I've already tested this part, it works. And turning the potentiometer will increase or decrease the speed of the motor. It's not something you can really see, but it's more something that you can hear in the video. Now, the reason why I consider this board to be special is because I have sort of a pseudo-variable capacitor situation going on. Those variable capacitors are pretty large, and they're also expensive. So my solution to further tune this this PWM frequency manipulation is by making a system of capacitors which I can switch between using a single pole triple throw switch. So I have 3 capacitors from left to right. I believe it's 1 nanofarad, 10 nanofarads, and 100 nanofarads right over there. So you'll see that if I switch to the middle one, you can hear the fan drop speed, and if I switch once more, you can really hear that. This last one, the highest value of capacitor, gives me a bigger frequency range. Not frequency range. It drops the PWM frequency, which then allows me to hit a much slower speed. So I guess it changes my speed range. You can think of it that way. So if you look at it, you actually can see aliasing in the camera. But it still works just as expected. You increase the frequency. Rather, increase the on time, the duty cycle, and you'll get an increase in fan speed. So overall, I actually like the biggest capacitor here. I wish I had some bigger caps instead of smaller ones. Like, for instance, this last one, there's not much of a change in speed. This first mode, there is a significant change. But still, it's a great proof of concept. If I could change the values, I would. But I'm really excited to use this board in future projects. So yeah, thanks for tuning in.